What's going on, everybody? It's EricRayweather back here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I have something really exciting to talk about, something that I am really looking forward to, and that is the return of college football video gaming later this year in September. We will be getting a new college football video game. Now, I want you guys to watch this video with an open mind. Watch the whole video. Let me explain to you what's going on here, because this is something that is honestly really exciting, and the future for this video game is very promising. But it's something you have to approach with an open mind. So we've been hearing, through the grapevine that college football could be returning in terms of NCAA games because they're looking at new rules and things like that. And while that might still be a couple years away, we may be able to get the AAA NCAA games back one day. We don't know for sure 100% if that's ever going to happen, but what we do know is there is a college football game coming out later this year, and that is Doug Flutie's Maximum Football 2019. Now, some of you may be familiar with this game series. It is an independent game that has been growing over the past few years, getting a lot better, making strides every year. But for those of you that don't know, basically, the Maximum Football franchise was relaunched in 2017 by Canuck Play. Maximum Football 2018 right now is available on PS4 and Xbox One, which you can play. Doug Flutie has joined the Maximum Football team as a brand ambassador late in 2018. He joined the team, and now the game is going to be called Doug Flutie's Maximum Football 2019, and it's going to be releasing on Xbox and PlayStation in September. Now here, this Operation Sports article broke down some new things about the game. They just released some screenshots of the game. They're going to be having gameplay coming soon. I will show some 2018 gameplay on screen here for you guys. Keep in mind a few things. Number one, it sounds like they've made a lot of improvements from 2018 to 2019. So what you're seeing on screen isn't going to be 100% representative of what the 2019 version of the game is going to look like. We will have some gameplay for that pretty soon, which I'll definitely show you guys. But I want you to keep in mind a few things. This isn't Madden, this isn't NCAA football, and it's not going to be on the level of those games because EA Sports has billions of dollars. They are a AAA company. They have hundreds of people working on these games. Maximum Football, to my knowledge, for a while only had maybe one or two guys working on the game. I think they may have since brought in a few other people. It is a very small developing team, and the thing with indie games is they're not going to graphically look like your Madden games or your FIFA games or your NBA 2K level games. They're not going to look as graphically pleasing, and the animation quality and the gameplay isn't going to be as good. Now, many of you know Madden, for example, the gameplay still needs tons of work, and it's bad in a lot of ways, but when you look at something like a Maximum Football, you're going to say, well, this looks even worse, because the thing is, again, it's an indie developing team. So they're not going to have the money to have the high-end animation quality to get the same level of motion capture. But the key with this game here, where they are better and can be better than the AAA games, is the depth, the customization, the Dynasty modes, and that's what we're going to talk about today because they released screenshots of that. Now, also keep in mind, they have upped their animation quality. They've invested in better tech, better motion capture suits, and they have some motion capture footage that I will show on screen as well. They've been making strides, and this is one of those games that if you support the game, it's only going to grow and get better. It'll probably never be graphically or animation wise on the same level as a Madden type game, but if they can keep getting the support of the community, keep having money to invest back into the game, you could eventually in a few years get a game that can be, I wouldn't say a competitor for Madden, but it's a game that could be a good option if maybe you're tired of Madden, you don't want to play Madden, you don't like the fact that the depth in Madden isn't what you want. You can turn to a game like this and still get a good experience out of, and it's definitely a game I'm looking forward to playing this year, and I will be purchasing it because I want to support these indie games, because we do need more options in the football world. We absolutely do. We need, something else to turn to if Madden isn't giving us exactly what we want. So here I'm going to read this article. It says, college football gaming is back with Doug Flutie's Maximum Football 2019 as the team has released their first screenshots of the new college Dynasty Mode. Doug Flutie's Maximum Football 2019 is releasing this September on Xbox and PS4 and will feature the first college Dynasty Mode on video game consoles in 6 years. The college Dynasty Mode will feature 2 league structures, 27-team Canadian and 130-team US. Take control of your college football program and discover the next college legend in our in-depth recruiting system. Guide your team through the regular season and compete for a spot in a bowl game or playoffs. Switch your team in the offseason and take on the challenge of building up another program. The default teams in each league are fictional but can also be customized in the mode's offseason. Now, something you need to keep in mind about this game, again, while it graphically or gameplay wise might not be on the level of Madden, the depth that this game looks to have is something that Madden doesn't have. The Dynasty mode looks to be incredibly deep. The customization is crazy in this game. You can literally customize the teams to resemble real college teams or real professional teams because they have so many logos. There's so much freedom in the customization that, yes, it will take a lot of work to customize it, but if you truly want to get that type of experience out of it, or, you know, maybe not customize the whole game, but maybe you want to customize, you know, your 10 favorite college teams and have them in the game, you can do that. That's how good the editor is. So you can still get the experience of having those licensed teams, even though the game isn't a fully licensed game. Now, also keep in mind, they have said that they have been in talks with the NCAA to license some of the teams, and they said that it's an ongoing process, and it definitely takes a while, because once you get the lawyers in the mix, it's a process that definitely takes time, but they are interested in licensing actual NCAA teams for the future of this game, which is another reason why I say it's very good to support these indie games, because the more support they get, the more money they can make, the more interest they have in the game. That makes them able to up their quality, to invest in better technology, and also be able to license some of these real teams, and maybe one day actually bring us a fully licensed college game. That's not out of the realm of possibility if they get enough support, and that's why I want to put this video out there for you guys. So what they have new for 2019, they have brand new player models. They improved visuals, including position-specific player models. This right here looks good, especially for an indie game, because we know that Madden, for example, they struggle with player models. Not necessarily that they struggle with it, but they haven't put the work in to get as many different player models as we probably should have by now. They have obviously different player models in the game, but a lot of the player models look the same. And so to see an indie company, you know, doing their part to try to have the position-specific player models, it's good to see, because they're doing this with a lot less manpower and a lot less money. They have officially licensed equipment in the game. They are going to have official brand partners such as Zenith helmets. They have Wilson Sporting Goods, which is going to be the footballs you're going to see in the game. It's authentic Wilson footballs. They have Phenom Elite gloves and Mocom gloves. Like, again, they're, you know, it's little by little, but they're adding things to this game that are authentic, which is really good to see from an indie developer. They have new player animations. It says here, bringing the game to life, hundreds of new animations recorded in professional studio with active football players. This was one of the biggest progresses, it looks like it made from 2018 and now. They have showed some motion capture footage. You see stuff of like players doing hurdles. You have players kind of doing the pre-game back and forth tossing the ball, which is something, we don't even see in Madden all the time. We don't see that. And that was one of the things we loved about the old games, is seeing those players warming up pre-game, throwing the football back and forth, doing some on-field drills and things like that. You also have motion capture of, QB animations, like pump faking, different throwing animations. They have some celebrations, team celebrations they've put in the game. So again, they're not going to have as many as a Madden is going to have, because they're not a AAA studio, but they are putting these authentic animations and styles into the game, which is really good to see. The customization is, again, one of the biggest things. You can create your own football universe, it says. Customize your team information, rosters, and uniforms. Logo editor. We have over 260 stock logos to choose from. Don't like one of ours? Design your own logo with our robust logo editor featuring unlimited layers. There are unlimited layers to the logo editor. We don't have anything like this in, I don't think, any sports game. NBA 2K does a good job with custom logos in terms of you can do them in Photoshop and upload them to a server and put them on your uniforms, which is cool. But the actual games, like a lot of the EA games and some other games that you can, create teams, they have stock logos, but that's it. A lot of these games, you can't even edit logos, whereas this one, you have unlimited layers. You can literally create real NFL logos, real college logos, or at least get pretty darn close to some of them. Certain ones may be hard to recreate, but you can get pretty darn close to it if you're good with a logo editor, which, I mean, for the people that go nuts over that kind of stuff, this is great to have in a game. It's definitely going to be time consuming, but the fact that that option is there to use is really good. This is another really cool thing about this game. It has multiple rule sets and field sizes. It's the only game to my knowledge that has this. You can play 3 games in one. You can choose your rule set from like NFL pro style rules, Canadian rules, or college football rules. And the field size and game ball will update according to the rule selection you choose. So you can literally play 3 styles of professional football in one game, and the field and football are going to change based on which one you want to play. That is really cool. We don't see that in other games. You can also, of course, play as Doug Flutie in the game because they do have his, obviously, he's affiliated with the game now, so they do have his likeness and name in the game. To me, that's not really that big of a selling point, actually playing as Doug Flutie, but for some people, that might be cool. They also have Dynasty Partners. It says here, immerse yourself in Dynasty Mode with our official branding from Phil Steele's College Football and CanadaFootballChat.com. They also have the Spring League. It's a way to perfect your skills, which is kind of branded as a practice mode, but the Spring League is a real thing that happens, but you can use it in this game as a practice mode. So all in all, I honestly am excited for this. Again, some people might look at this and laugh and say this looks like a joke, but again, looking at the old footage, the new game is making a lot bigger strides than what you're seeing from the previous game. And because they are an indie game, again, it's not going to look like Madden or NCAA football. It's not going to look like those games, but the strides that they have made over the past few years are promising, and if they keep getting support, it's only going to get better, and then soon it could look like a much better game. But from what we've heard and what we've seen, it definitely looks like a fun game to play, because even if the gameplay and the graphics aren't quite as up to par, the depth, the immersion, the feel of college football being back, the Dynasty Mode, and the customization of the game is still something that has over the other football games that are on the market, and that is something fun. So even if it can't do everything better than Madden, it can certainly still do some things better, and that's good to see, because you might go to Madden for the graphics and because the gameplay is a little smoother, but you could turn to a game like this to get the college football environment and have a deep franchise mode, which for some people, that's why they play football games. So again, keep an open mind about this. If it's something you're more interested in, there'll be links below in the description where you could read up on this. I'll link to their Twitter, to their website, and things like that. But it is coming out later this year. I'll definitely be playing it, giving a review on it, definitely doing some gameplay of it for you guys that will be interested. Let me know what you feel about this below, and as always, I will see you guys next time.